Have you ever stopped to wonder just how many memories your brain can hold over a lifetime? Scientists estimate that the human brain has the capacity to store around 2.5 petabytes of information. That's equivalent to about 3 million hours of video. And yet, somehow, your brain not only stores all of this, but can retrieve what you need at just the right moment. But how does it do this? How are memories organized inside the brain? And what does it mean to map a memory? Today, we'll explore the fascinating inner workings of your brain's memory system, how it encodes, stores, and retrieves information across a distributed network. This isn't just a look at where memories go. It's about how your brain weaves them together into the rich narrative of your life. We all struggle with memory at times, whether it's forgetting a new acquaintance's name, misplacing your keys, or drawing a blank during a test. These moments are not just frustrating, they point to something deeper. Memory is not a simple filing system. The classical idea that each memory is stored in a single location, like a file in a drawer, is outdated. Modern neuroscience has shown that memory is far more complex and distributed than we once believed. Recent breakthroughs from researchers at MIT's Picower Institute have revealed a more accurate model. When you form a memory, it's not stored in one spot, but spread across a vast network of brain regions. These clusters of activity are known as engrams, specific patterns of neurons that become activated during an experience. Each engram acts like a piece of a puzzle, and your memory of an event emerges from the connections among many such engrams distributed across different parts of the brain. This new framework is called the Unified Engram Complex Theory. It proposes that a single memory can be held simultaneously across dozens or even hundreds of interconnected brain regions. These regions include the hippocampus, amygdala, prefrontal cortex, and various sensory and association areas. Memory recall is strongest when multiple engram sites activate together, like tuning multiple instruments to play in harmony. If only one site is activated artificially, memory recall is often incomplete or less vivid. So how do these regions communicate and coordinate with each other? The answer lies in a process called synaptic plasticity, the brain's remarkable ability to strengthen or weaken the connections between neurons in response to experience. When you learn something new, neurons involved in processing that information fire together, strengthening the synapses between them. One well-known form of this process is called long-term potentiation, or LTP. This is considered a cellular basis for learning and memory. Essentially, synaptic plasticity allows the brain to encode and preserve experiences by reshaping its own architecture. But this doesn't happen all at once. Memory consolidation, the process of transforming short-term memories into long-term ones, occurs over time and involves different brain areas in sequence. For instance, the hippocampus is vital during the initial formation of memories. In the hours after learning, it continues processing the new information offline, especially during sleep. By the second night after learning, other regions like the anterior cingulate cortex take over, helping to stabilize and integrate the memory into your broader cognitive network. Let's take a closer look at the hippocampus, which plays a central role in memory, not just in storing memories, but in organizing them. This region is often described as the brain's GPS, thanks to its role in spatial navigation. It contains specialized cells called place cells, which activate when you are in a specific location. Working together with grid cells in the entorhinal cortex, head direction cells, and boundary cells, the hippocampus helps construct mental maps of your environment. But spatial mapping is just part of the story. Researchers now believe the hippocampus also constructs maps of conceptual and temporal relationships. This means it doesn't just help you remember where you parked your car, but when you parked it, and even why. It creates flexible relational representations that allow you to navigate not just physical space, but also abstract concepts. like planning your schedule or recalling emotional experiences. In this way, the hippocampus acts as an integrative hub, connecting diverse pieces of information into coherent memory networks. These insights raise an important question. Is memory purely biological, or is there more to it? Anthropologist David Schneider offers a provocative lens. In his cultural approach to kinship, Schneider argued that relationships aren't merely defined by biology, but shaped by cultural meaning, symbols, roles, and shared narratives. If we apply that thinking to memory, a deeper truth emerges. Our memories are not just neural recordings, but stories. Stories shaped by our culture, identity, and personal significance. When you recall a childhood experience, you're not just accessing a file, you're reconstructing a memory filtered through your current understanding, beliefs, and social context. Memory becomes not just a trace of the past, but a tool for imagining the future, maintaining your sense of self, and making meaning out of life events. This reframing aligns with modern psychological research on autobiographical memory, which shows how memories serve adaptive purposes, like guiding decision-making, building social bonds, and forming our inner narrative. In daily life, understanding how the brain maps out memories isn't just a scientific curiosity, it's a practical advantage. Tools like memory mapping or mind mapping mirror the brain's associative structure. By organizing information visually and non-linearly, these techniques help align your study or work habits with how your brain naturally stores information. Research shows that using memory maps can boost retention by up to 15%, enhance creative thinking, and improve problem solving. So whether you're studying for an exam, giving a presentation, or just trying to remember where you put your glasses, recognizing how your brain creates, connects, and retrieves memories can change the way you live and learn. Our memories are not static files. They are living, evolving maps made of biology, emotion, culture, and meaning. And perhaps, in understanding how they're made, we learn not just how to remember better, but how to become better. Let us know in the comments, what's one memory that shaped who you are today? And if you're curious about how your dreams fit into all this, check out our next video on the neuroscience of sleep and memory.